Good afternoon, everyone. It's September 27th, 2018. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing? I hope you are well. So, I haven't said anything at all about this Supreme Court Judge Kavanaugh, and that was with good reason. I waited to see what kind of shit would come out on him before I made comment. Now that there is a bunch of shit out on him, I'm going to make comment. And it's not about the so-called sex scandal. Now, even if he did what the people are accusing him of doing, that was, more than 10 years ago, so I would say that probably they should have opened their fucking mouths back then. There's a thing called statute of limitations for a reason. But this judge, his sex scandal is not the reason why he should not be a Supreme Court judge. Mr. Kavanaugh, or Judge Kavanaugh, whatever you want to call this dickhead, he has consistently voted against the Constitution, or ruled against, I should say. So in July, Trump nominated D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Since then, there have been numerous allegations of sexual misconduct. Whether or not he is guilty of these allegations is left to be determined. However, it does serve as a great distraction from his actual Constitution-hating and tyrannical tendencies. While he may be a supporter of the Second Amendment, his record indicates that he all but cannot stand the Fourth, and he's not that big of a fan of the First either. He ruled, and somebody else went through and did all the courts, the decisions he made. I'm not going to do that because it's already done. High Impact Flicks did that video. But he has consistently voted against most of our rights. The Second Amendment, not one of them. But he thinks if it serves the public peace, there should be a limit to your speech, and so on and so forth. No one is talking about this. Instead, the left and right are involved in a mudslinging orgy of victim shaming and kangaroo courts. According to this Supreme Court nominee, he thinks it is just fine and dandy for police and government to track you, spy on you, and dig through your personal life without a warrant. On multiple occasions, Judge Kavanaugh has been the lone voice when it comes supporting the state's rights to warrantlessly spying on its citizens. As Reason points out, in 2010, he dissented from the D.C. Circuit's decision not to rehear a case in which a 3-judge panel had ruled that police violated a suspected drug dealer's Fourth Amendment rights when they tracked his movements for a month by attaching a GPS device to his car without a warrant. Now, a lot of you might think, oh, he was just a drug dealer. Look, you can say what you want about drug dealers. Fact of the matter is, there would be no drug dealers if there were no demand. And besides that, most of the time, it's two consenting adults engaging in a free exchange that benefits each person. No crime committed there. The Judge Kavanaugh, claimed that putting a GPS tracking device on a person's car without obtaining a warrant first was just fine because it didn't constitute a search as defined by the Fourth Amendment. He bypasses the courts to Kavanaugh, bypassing the courts and tracking an individual without their consent is constitutional. In this line of thinking, the Fourth Amendment is not violated even if police trespass on someone's physical property or track someone's cell phone. Luckily, he was the only judge on the panel to think this. So here's a great example of a new swamp being, or a new creature being introduced to the swamp. He's introduced many new creatures to the swamp. But somehow, someway, according to the many people on the right, especially alt-right, if you want to call them that, everything he does is okay. Look over here at IntelliHub. This is an article off of Natural News. Mike Adams probably wrote it. And I used to have respect for Alex Jones and Mike Adams. I have none now. And the reason is because they support all the things they bitched about Obama, thinking that Obama was going to do. They fully support Donald Trump doing it now. Wouldn't you call that hypocritical? Wouldn't you call that hypocrisy? Wouldn't you call that wrong? If it's not okay for Barack Obama to do these things, how is it okay for Donald Trump to do them? But these people think that mass arrests of deep state traitors are coming, including Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, James Comey, and even Barack Obama himself. And again, this author is fully supportive of this effort to save America and arrest the traitors. America is not going to be saved until we purge both parties. If we don't get rid of both parties, then we're going to descend into World War III, and most of us are going to be killed, if not by our own government, as history shows. But down here, executive orders. Here's some facts that they like to throw out there for us. The United States has been operating under a state of declared war since September 2001, following the 9/11 attacks. The United States has been operating under a declared national emergency signed by President Trump since December 20, 2017. Let me get down here to the Document 1. Executive Order 13818, signed December 20th, 2017, blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. It seems to me that Donald Trump himself is involved in serious human rights abuse and corruption, both. Yemen comes to mind. Palestine comes to mind, and many other things come to mind when it comes to human rights abuse. He is right up there with all the other scum of the earth abusing human rights. Alright, let's get down here to the next one. Executive Order 13618, signed July 6, 2012 by Barack Obama. Assignment of national security and emergency preparedness communications functions. And this order grants the President absolute control over all U.S. media, including Internet tech giants. Executive Order 13825, signed March the 1st, 2018, 2018 amendments to the Manual for Courts Martial, United States. And this is the proof they're using as their theory that he's going to actually arrest these people. I have my doubts. I could be wrong, though. I mean, he may very well end up arresting these people. But as soon as a Democrat gets back in there, what do you suppose is going to happen? I can take a stab at it for you. How about pardons for all of them? And they go on to talk about how China is rolling out this authoritarian techno-tyranny infrastructure systems that plan to enslave every citizen of the world. We're already all enslaved, so what fucking difference does it make? They think Trump's plan to rescue America is real. It's not. The only person Donald Trump wants to rescue is Donald Trump. He has no interest, true interest, in arresting these people. But this just goes to show you that this guy is more of the same shit that we've had for the last, how many 100 years? 100 plus years? So, look what we have to look forward to through our political system. What we need to do, and here's one right here. They piss, whine, and moan, and Lisa Haven just recently piss, whined, and moaned about this national voter ID for all future elections. When Barack Obama was talking about it, they freaked the fuck out. All of these people are lying sacks of hypocrite shit. And of course, I'll never be as successful on my YouTube channel as them because I'm not willing to spout any kind of party line. I'm going to tell you the truth regardless of who's in office. I do not support political candidates. They're all liars. They're all thieves. They are all statists. They are all fucking scum. Hope you all have a good day. Kill the state, live free.